Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. And you know what? I got a book recently from Search Press and they said, check it out. What do you think? So we're going to take a look how to make a granny square wardrobe. Stay tuned. I haven't gotten any books in a while. I've gotten a lot of yarn, not a lot of books, and I am a sucker for granny squares. Always love the granny squares. If you're just looking for something that's kind of fun and, you know, maybe retro, but not always, a granny square is always a good way to go. So Search Press said, check out this book by Sam Sabido. It came out in 2024, so it's been out a while. But, you know, an oldie but a goodie is still a good one. But it's all about the granny square wardrobe. So, all clothes, all granny squares, all day long. So, let's take a look through it and see. All right, so my granny square wardrobe, stunning designs to crochet and wear by Sam Sabido. This is going to be the perfect book for a confident beginner and onwards. So if you haven't done a lot of crochet, this was probably a really great way to start. So first of all, which is great, I like this little flip out, and Search Press has done this on several of their books where it's got the stitch conversion. So if you're a US stitcher or a UK stitcher, this is how it goes. It tells you the difference between the two. These are always great to have. And also a nice chart symbol if you're a chart person like I am. What's great about this is this actually can be a bookmark. Let's say that you're looking at a pattern. What you can do is just use it as your bookmark, and then right there you've got your stitch conversion. So I like this feature that Search Press does in their books. So the first thing we're looking at here, we're going to have all different sizes. You know, I've been interested in stuff. I don't know that I could ever pull that off wearing granny square overalls, but you know, you never know. So this is going to be just kind of like a once over, so you can see all the different patterns that are included in this book. I like the variegated. So this is the introduction. She lives in, so the author is from the UK, Children's UK, which is why they're doing the conversion between the US and the UK, which is always very helpful. Okay, how to use this book. So always in the beginning, you're going to have what hooks to use, choosing your yarns, measuring your tension, granny square blockers, which are fantastic. If you don't have one of these are necessities. I think I got mine on WeCrochet. Amazon has them, all of that stuff. So here again, we're going to show working with charts. You know I love charts because sometimes if instructions are just confusing, they just don't make a lot of sense, maybe the pattern writer, their English is not their first language. These are universal, and so it's always great. This is your basic granny square. Nothing special here. So here it tells you how to make your traditional granny square, how to get started. So I think really this is great. Even if you are kind of a beginner, this is a good way to start. Starting with a scarf, that is about as basic as it gets with your traditional granny square in a line, in a row. Perfect. Probably we're using an acrylic yarn here. Yeah, it's 100% acrylic that they're using there. Of course, you can use any yarn at all. Gives you the different colorways, how to work it. Here you can do your winter hat. These are very simple, basic patterns. So again, good for just about anybody, even if you just started crocheting, I think this would be a great place to start. This is cute. Feel the magic bag. So they've lined it with fabric. That's adorable. Very fashion trendy right now. And that's just one big granny square that you just make, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you just end with probably like I'm thinking maybe a single crochet at the top. I have to look closely. It looks like that's what it is. Maybe a double or a half. And then the bamboo hook, bamboo rings. I actually have some of those. This is cute. Great way to use up scraps also. A cocoon cardigan. I've made something like this. These are very easy, basic patterns. Nothing complicated here whatsoever. I actually make something very similar to this recently. I called it a Ruana. Memory lane jacket. This is probably taking it up. It still says it's beginner, but honestly, it really is beginner. All you have to do is learn how to do the ribbing, which is back loop only. For the ribs, and that's very simple. Choose your size. So the sizes go from extra small, all the way up to 5XL. That's pretty size inclusive. That's a nice sizing chart. And then it shows you here how to lay out those squares. This is the, okay, so Woodstock. I think that's kind of where I was like, ooh, would I go there? The Woodstock dungarees. So in the UK, they call overalls dungarees, just in case you're curious. But that's actually cute. You know, I could maybe get my head around something like that. They're using a drops yarn here. Granny square. Very simple. Very, very trendy right now. Very on trend. And again, those sizes are going from small all the way up to 5XL. Okay. Oh, and then assembling the crotch. That's basically the pant leg opening. Interesting. So you can make this into shorts if you wanted. Look at that. That's actually cute. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of cute. Yeah. A walk in the park poncho. Again, with that nice cowl ribbing at the top. Starting with the granny squares and then just moving into the granny stripe. This would be like a weekend project. Probably. Maybe a long weekend, but super, super easy. Now it says it's intermediate. That's a definite, once you get the hang of it, which is why you're starting with the granny squares, very easy to move into this. Yeah, very cute. Sometimes you just want that really good kind of like vintage old-fashioned pattern, you know, for a good granny square poncho or something. And it's just nice to know that they're all in here, but this is cute. Also a great way to use up scrap yarns. This one's pretty. I like this color fade jumper. So they're using this is a DK acrylic yarn. And I don't know, I'm assuming this is a variegated yarn. Yeah, I don't think they're switching colors. If we choose one color and lots of shades, you can create a color fade. Okay, so maybe this is different colors, but I would think that you could do this if you had a nice color fade variegated or an ombre yarn. This would be great for that. And then just have the solid colors on the arms there. Really cute. This would be something that I might be going for, something. Okay, so what they are doing is, it's not a color fade yarn. It's not a variegated, it's not an ombre. It's definitely not a variegated. So they're just using the different colors. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like 4 colors that they're using. But again, if you have a nice ombre, beautiful. That's really kind of cute. I actually think that would be something I would make. Sooner than later. The only thing I hate about granny squares, and it's just what you do, is the joining. So there are join as you go techniques that you could easily find on Amazon, not Amazon, YouTube. Feeling Groovy dress. Cute. Cute. This is, again, using the different colors. This is using the Sheepay's Katona yarn. So this is 100% cotton. Great summer dress. Big squares at the base. And then just probably a double crochet across the bodice. And then some half triangles up in the corners. But again, very easy. And then these are just granny squares in the shoulders, and the sleeves rather. Very nice. And it's easy. Again, here's your charts, and then it shows you your dress layout to lay all the patterns together. That's cute. I like it with a belt. And again, it's all size inclusive. This is probably something I'm definitely going to try. I love a daisy granny square. They're so cute, vintage, and they're just can give a little bit of a pop. You can use like a puff yarn with something like this to really make the flower stand out and kind of pop. These are super, super fun to make. And I do love it in a tank top like that. That's adorable. What yarn are we using here? Because that could be. I might even have yarn that I could make with this. So it's a 8-ply light worsted DK. What I have is a little bit thinner. I could make it, but I like that. And then cute with the matching shorts. People are like, well, I'm a little outside my age bracket. That's okay. You don't have to make the shorts. But if you've got some really cute little teeny bopper in your life or some young thing or going to a festival, for instance, that would be a great thing to try. Feel the Sunshine Shrug. Very cute. Again, super easy. A little bit more of a lacy granny square here. So this is a circle in a square, another type of granny square. It says this is advanced, but again, I think if you're working your way through this book, by the time you get to these, it's not going to be a problem. That is adorable. Really cute. You could do that in like maybe a shimmery. I love these colors. They're very springy, but if you wanted to do something like a night top, a cardigan to wear over a dress. Maybe a black and maybe a gold or a silver, some metallic yarn would be lovely. Yes. Okay, showing you how to make the triangles and how, yeah, this is adorable. Okay, ooh, and a carefree cardigan, nice, big. This is, and granny squares really lend themselves to either something really kind of light and feminine like the shrug, or something big and thick and chunky like this. That's really cute. Really cute. Now here they're using a worsted DK, which is cotton and acrylic, a 60-40 blend. So the projects definitely are getting more complex as you go through it. But again, nothing in here that looks not doable. And they definitely have a vintage feel to them. Here you go. Good old-fashioned happy sunflower cardigan. And this is the kind of an octagon shape. Love that. Love that. Really, really cute patterns in this book. And it's been out for a while. It came out in October, I think, of 2024. So it's been out for a while. And that's interesting. I've never done a granny square star before. That could be adorable in a black and white, a white with red stars, red with white stars. You could do a bunch of different cute combinations with that. Really fun. You know, I mean, granny squares are really the current fashion trend. And everything that I've been reading is they're not going away. I mean, they've been around for quite a while. I mean, obviously since way back in the day. They made a resurgence in the last, I would say, 10 years. But they're not going anywhere. Every time I look at what the trends are for the new year, there's always granny squares in there. Always. And so here's some tools and materials that you need. I've got, again, the granny square blocking board. I have one of those. Is great to have. And these I have just like those I found on Amazon. Nice. Okay, so I can tell you that in looking through this book, I would say I would do at least 75 to 80% of these patterns. So this would be a good value to buy. It retails at 23, actually in Canada, $23.95. $23.95. US is $19.95. So I think this is a great, great deal. So check this out. The Granny Square Wardrobe by Search Press and Sam Sabido. It's been out for a while, but guess what? I am going to do a giveaway to one lucky winner who can win this book. So comment below. Let me know what your favorite pattern was in this book that I showed, and let me know why you would like, or what pattern you'd like to try. The My Granny Square Wardrobe by Search Press and Sam Sabido. Thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon.